Hello, welcome to IT Support for Free. Today I thought I'd have a quick look at some Excel, go through some simple calculations and how you can nest a simple sum calculation. Some people may be having problems with this, and it's quite simple to do. You've just got to make sure that you set the sum correctly, and I'll show you how to do that. So basically, if you put some figures in here, just to see. There's some data that we can test with, and then you do the equals sum command at the bottom. So equals sum just adds up a range of cells. When you add the bracket and go to the range that you want to add up, you can either drag the mouse or click shift and select what you want, and then close the bracket, and there you go. And then you've got your sums as you change values here. This sum changes at the bottom. Okay, so if we've got a similar row of figures here, but by no means the same, you will see that if you copy this formula and paste it to here, it changes. So it's now in the G range, whereas the original is in the E range. So Excel will automatically do that for you anyway. However, if you want to add up these two cells, you can do it the opposite way rather than columns and rows. Sorry. So you can do that one, and you can do the plus rather than a range and that'll just add up those two cells. Okay. But what happens if we want this without having these two cells? What you tend to find is you do equals the sum, and with normal maths you'd probably be able to do something like this. However, it doesn't work, and the reason for this is that this here is a sum in itself. So you have to tell Excel that it's a sum in itself. As you can see, all I've done is I've said equals the sum of these cells here, and then plus the sum of these cells, and it gives you the same figure. A lot of people get stuck on this. It's pretty simple once you know. You can do more and more. So if there was a third set of cells, you could just say equals again the sum. Equals the sum plus the sum plus the sum, and you can do as many of that as you wanted to. So this is a simple way of the beginnings of a nested formula, I guess. So I hope this can help some people. I'll go into some other formulas in a second, but that's how you do a really basic, I guess, nested formula. Okay, so next we're going to take a look at some more sort of varied information. So if you've got some cells, we'll delete this information here. If you've got some cells here, so say you've been given some information and it's got Joe.blogs as the name. Sorry, blogs as the name, and we've got Fred.Smith, and we've got Bob.Jones. Okay, so pretty generic names. You may find if you've got email addresses, etc., then these formats will be, full stop will be pretty normal out there. But we don't want the full stop. So you can say equals the left character of this text. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to say what we want to find. So the command is obviously find, and then you open the bracket. So what you want to find is you want to find the full stop, and you want to find it in the original cell, and you want to start from number 1, the first cell, character of the cell. And then because we don't want the dot to show, we want a -1 to so that it goes back one step, so it's only using the characters minus the full stop. And then we close the command off and then press enter. And as you can see, we've got Joe. And the beauty of this is, because these have all got full stops in, if you copy those cells down, it will take off the first part of each of the cells and miss out the surname and the dot. Okay, so now we want to find the second part. We want to find the surname. And we're going to do something very similar, but we're not going to use the left command. We're going to use a command called mid. So equals mid, which finds a string from the middle of a cell or a string rather than from the left like we did previously. And again, we want to find the same text. So we want to find the mid of this text, and the start num is going to be from the dot. So again, we want to find where the dot is within this text, and the start number of that is going to be 1 because we still want to start from the beginning. And then because the middle command is made up of 3 components rather than just 2, and that's the start, so we're going to start there. And we also want to say we want to start it +1 because we don't want the dot. And then we want to start with the number of characters. So once we've found where that is, we can just say, oh, we'll do 1,000 characters. And as you can see, now we've got blogs on the end. You could add extra part of a nest just to say how many characters was to the end if you wanted to do that. But for ease of use, we're just gonna go with that. And there again, copy it down. And each one of these now is split from the original email information with a dot in it. If you wanted then to have a cell, and this is really easy to do, if you wanted a cell that says Joe blogs without the dot in it, you could say equals this, ampersand, and we want to put a space in, ampersand, and then the next one, press enter, and now we've got Joe blogs with a space in it, all made. And if any of these names changed, once you change the cell, these change automatically and update alongside. So it's some pretty simple techniques that I've used a lot in the past. I hope they become useful for you, and if you need any more Excel help, please email us, and we'll try and help more, and maybe even post a video for you. If you like this video, please like or dislike and let me know in the feedback why you disliked it. Subscribe, it really helps the channel out, and I appreciate you watching this video. Thanks.